Welcome to Canyon Ranch Aerial Yoga. And Nikki, there's only 2 signed up, correct?
Yeah, there was only 2.
Fantastic. Jennifer and Nancy, correct? I'm Laurie. That's Nikki. Nikki assists in this class, but because it's such a small class, she might join in and do a few of the moves with us. And I'd like to introduce you to the equipment. All right. Now, the equipment consists of a fabric and some handles. What we're going to do is we want the fabric so when you come up to the fabric that it's just below the hip crease here. So you'll reach up with your hands to untie the carabiner. Yours looks a little tall. Nikki might...
I'll bring him down lower so you guys can... I can't even Yeah, we also. So you want this to be about your hip.
Now that's more like it, right? There you go. So just come right up to that. See how your hip height is. It might come down a tad.
Okay.
Might come down a tad. So you reach up, and the main thing is to make sure your carabiner is screwed up again, so that it doesn't open up. I think that's good.
Okay. And you just sort of can't get quite out. So we want it to go up, down.
And let me see you put your hands up there, and so you can't open the carabiner with your thumbs. Good, excellent. Yeah, that looks good. Grab one of the handles beside you. The handle has a little S hook on it. I want you to take that S hook so that it comes probably 1 degree lower, 1 loop lower on the daisy chain than your other carabiner. And then bring the other handle up to the same position on the opposite side. What's that? Just leave that and grab this one.
Oh, right.
That's all right. Now here's the test for the handles. We take the smaller loop up the top, and you bring your hands out to the side, standing against the fabric, and we want to see a beautiful right angle in the elbows. Yours looks beautiful. Yours looks lovely. All right? So that's going to be our place. So we look through at each other. Now you have a couple of options here. Option number 1 is you might just like to jump up and over the fabric. Option number 2, let me show you option number 2 first. You might just drop your hands here and go, So you have 2 options. The first option is to see how your upper body strength is. You lift up, boom, beautiful. Nice job. Nice job. Now, release the grips and come into your fabric. Open the fabric up. And then turn so that your hips are facing, and gather a few bundles of fabric. And then slip into the fabric. And feel yourself held from above. Notice how that feels. Come back to your breath. So while we're here, let me introduce you to a few things. Number 1, the contraindications for inversions. So I will be offering you some inversions during the class. Is if you have untreated high or low blood pressure, If you have a detached retina or glaucoma, you won't want to be bringing the head down low so that you get that blood pressure. If you've had a Botox injection within the last 24 hours. So any of those things, we really don't want pressure in the head. All right? Otherwise, you're fine. And the rest of the yoga class, you're fine as well. All right? Let me talk to you a little bit about the equipment while we're hanging here, but I want you to pretend you're splashing your feet in water as I talk to you. Now, if you reach around and you start to see the loops, you'll see that there's 3 loops. You have the smallest loop. I like to call this baby bear loop. You have the middle loop. I like to call this mama bear loop. And then you have big, long papa bear loop. You see that one dangling down there? Now, if you come to mama bear loop, you'll notice that it has a grip. And you can slide that grip out of the way sometimes and just have the fabric on your hand or the loop on your hand. The same with the papa bear. You can sometimes slide that. And we'll be sliding that grip out of the way sometimes in today's practice. All right? Sometimes the handles get a little in the way, so you just have to sort them out. There'll be no rush. So we're going to warm up the body a little bit. I want you to bring your hands around, and what we're sitting in, I'll refer to it as the fabric, or the swing, or the hammock. You bring your hands down and grab hold of the things, and we're going to start. Remember when you were a kid and you played at the swing park, and you started to get a swing going? Let's see how high you can swing today. Start to warm up the abdominals. Yeah, lean back, kick those feet up nice and high there. Jennifer, you can get those feet right up there. Ah. Oh. There's the turbocharge. Nancy's getting it. Look at her go. Okay. So we start to warm the abdominals and get that swing going. So you can feel how strong the swing is to support you. Use your breath as you inhale, kick the feet up. As you exhale, swing them back down. Just pretend. Yeah. And then start to come and allow yourself just to swing. Reach up for baby bear. Grip, hold on to baby bear. Reach the arms out nice and wide, like you're opening up with a big stretch. Now, to stop yourself swinging, you can do it a number of ways. One is to simply lift up and go, ha. Yeah, nice. All right. Bring the hands inside the fabric, and we're going to explore the fabric from a standing position. So I want you to grab hold of the fabric and just walk backwards to the back of your mat and lean into the fabric, bringing the feet a little bit closer so you can feel yourself leaning back into the fabric. And start to sway from side to side. You might hear some creaking. That's just my bones. Yeah. Now, if you like a little exercise in trust here, bring your hands behind the head. If the fabric ever gets uncomfortable, what you can do is simply stop and adjust and come back. Is mine the only creaking fabric? Sounds like it.
I think it's the ones on that side of the
Really?
yours on that side.
Now reach up for the fabric, grab hold of the fabric, walk back a little further, and let's see what it's like to fly. Lift the feet and come forward and go, ha. And then you can fly backwards. Ha. Now take Papa Bear loop and move the grip out of the way so it's free of those grips. Walk a little further forward, take the weight into, let's say, the right leg and lift the left foot up into that loop and rest it in that loop. Take both Mama Bear grips to the same side as that elevated foot. Lift the other foot, I'll demonstrate first, and go ha, and bring Papa Bear into that grip. And then, that's it. And then hold on to both Mama Bears. Ah, and play with your legs here. Just you can open them and widen them. Ah, you can lean back and look behind you. Say, hello, Nikki. Yeah. So you really play around. Take that right foot and bring it into that left leg. Above the knee. Yeah, nice. Tree pose, tree seated pose. You could drop that knee towards the ground. Notice the sensations you feel under the back, the shoulder blades. Exhale, release, straddle the legs nice and wide. Switch sides. Beautiful.
I wish I knew what they were thinking, Mark.
Now to come out of this pose, firstly, you can just simply take one foot and unstraddle that loop, bring the foot down, and lift yourself up. Ah. Take a moment to come into Tadasana, mountain pose. Close the eyes and feel the effect of the fabric that's been under the arms. And breathe. So we're going to move into our Warrior 3 pose. So from Warrior 3 pose, I want you to turn and face the fabric. You may not have to do it this way, but I certainly do. Lift the ankle up and over and then come back facing me. Oh, I'm sorry. I want you on the other side of the fabric, in front of the fabric. So you've just hooked your ankle out. Yeah. So Jennifer, you have no trouble lifting it up from behind. Nice. Grab hold of those long Papa Bear loops. And then look up above you. If you look up above you, you want to get yourself under that anchor point, that bar. So just hop yourself back so your head is below that bar. All right, we're going to do a few squats. Now, we've got different feet. So your standing foot, bend that knee and start to come down with the loop, pressing that foot behind you. That's it. Press all the way back. Exhale, come up. And then try it again. Bending that knee, pressing back, feeling that back hip flexor opening up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, press back. Exhale, come forward. Now, if you like to try that to a new level, you can let go of Papa Bear, and as you exhale, push back, bring the hands to the ground. Exhale, come up. Beautiful. You can always use Papa Bear. Try that a few times. Feeling that standing foot. Pushing that held foot back a little further each time. So you start, yes, that looks excellent. Beautiful. Now the next time you come down, can you keep your hands on the ground? Keep your right hand on the ground and lift the left hand up into a rotation. Beautiful. Can you extend that back foot away from you? Yes. Beautiful adjustment, Jennifer. Exhale, bring that hand down. Bring that back knee in and slowly come up and grab hold of your loops. Grab hold of Papa Bear, this time extending backwards. Bring the loops forwards. Straightening that front leg, reaching the arms forward into warrior three. And breathe. Exhale, release, come back. Unhook that back foot. Boom. Nice job. Nice job. Again, if you can, bring that opposite foot up. I'm going to turn and face my fabric because that's the way I need to do it. And then you can hook that ankle over. Grab hold of this swing and then find yourself back under that anchor point. Let's try the same thing opposite side. Grab the Papa Bear loops. Exhale, bending that front knee. Come on down, extending that back leg behind you. Exhale, come on up. Try that a few times, feeling what it's like on this side. Beautiful. The next time you come up, you can release the hands, if you like, and just practice your balance, coming down, touching the earth, extending behind you. Bring that back knee forward, come on up. Working on your balance and your core strength. Ah, beautiful. The next time you come down, hold both hands to the ground, extend that back leg. The hand opposite the standing leg stays on the earth. Lift that hand of the standing leg up towards the ceiling into your rotation. And breathe. Ah. Exhale, release as you slowly bring that back foot in. Grab hold of Papa Bear. This time we'll be moving into Warrior 3. As you come forward, bring Papa Bear up beside the ears, extending that back leg behind you, front leg straight. Ah, Warrior 3. Ah. Deep breath here. Exhale, release as you bend that knee. Grab hold of Baby Bear. Let me demonstrate first, just in case I blow it. All right. What I'm going to do is lift up and lift that back foot behind and come into a kneeling position with those ankles over that fabric. Beautiful. Doing good. Beautiful. Ha! So it's compulsory whenever we get into a new pose from now on to go, ha! Let me demonstrate the next pose. This is called, what is it called? I guess it's a kind of wheel pose. Dropping the knees towards the ground. Hold on, bringing the chest forward, head up, big back bend. To come out of this pose, lift up, back into kneeling position. You want to try that? I'll come and work. Yeah, beautiful. That's it. And breathe. Beautiful. As long as you're comfortable, stay in it, then come on up. Let me jump back into that pose with you. Now from here, we're going to come behind the fabric. Boom. Beautiful. Grab hold of the swing and drop that one knee over so one knee is supported by the fabric. Find the Mama Bear loops. And then start to push yourself forward, holding mama bear. Feel that back hip flexor stretch. Toes pointing forward, back towards the shin. Bring those toes up. Yeah. So this is runner's lunge. You can bring the hands over the head if you like, and breathe. Exhale, release, come on back. This time, if you'd like to take it to a different level, bring your hands through the swing. Clasp hold of the swing, come forward into warrior one once more, and bring your hands up. Big stretch. From here, start to rotate towards that extended leg. Keep the elbows forward, come into warrior two. Beautiful. Dropping that back heel down to the ground. Yeah, feeling the stability here. Palms facing the earth, spreading the fingers, and look over that front hand. Look out at the trees. Ha, warrior two. Deep breath. Exhale as you slowly bring that knee back. Bring the hands down towards the knee and then lift that foot out. Stand behind the fabric, close the eyes. Notice how you feel. Nice work, ladies. You're doing great. Really are. Nice. Time for a ha. Ha. All right, let's take the opposite knee over. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side, keeping that sense of balance. Grab hold of mama bear loops and start to bring yourself forward, heel lifted, feeling that back hip flexor. Exhale, come back. Try that a few times. You can bring those handles in front of you. Notice that you'll be looking for that balance point sometimes. You might have to adjust the hips or that ball of that foot. Remember, you're keeping the hips square. Now, the next time you come back, you can slide the hands through the hammock, bringing your hands and reversing. That's it. Bring both elbows through, come forward, find that big stretch, release the hammock, lift the hands up, warrior one. To come into warrior two, keep that front leg as it is, drop the back heel. Release that hand on that grounded leg side, extending the arms parallel, palms face down, and rotate the head towards that front hand, looking out at the trees. Warrior two. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Bring back, lower the hands towards the knee, and then just simply lift that knee out. Ha! Nice. You guys are getting very good at the ha part. That is. Now remember, you have two ways to do the next thing. Way number one is whoop, boop. And way number two is you just drop the fabric behind you. Boop, boop. You can't overthink it, unfortunately. Oh, there you go. There's a nice intermediate. I like that way. You can just sit on the swing. Now we're going to open the fabric into half here. So the way you fold it is you grab the ends of the fabric and you shake it out. So it creates a half fabric. You see that? It's like folding a sheet. And turn your back on the fabric, gather it, and then slip into the fabric. All right. Now, from here, I want you to simply, and I'm going to demonstrate first. I'm going to grab the fabric, not the handles, so I want to roll the fabric down, and I want to scuttle my sit bones to the edge of the fabric, and bring the back of the fabric nice and low. And I'm going to get off my swing and show you what it looks like from behind so you can see. I slip into my fabric, and then I sit very close to the edge of the fabric, and I slide my hands right down. Can you see how little fabric is behind my lower back? Can you see how low I've made that? What do we call that? A booty bonnet? What do we call it? A booty bonnet. Now watch as I demonstrate, then I'll get off my swing and I'll have you try it. But I'm going to slowly widen the legs, straddle the legs, and come back. And my feet are going to come together. And I'm going to release. Ha! Now we can do a number of things in this position. One is just enjoy it. It just feels great. Tractioning out the spine. Beautiful. Another thing is I can twine one foot around the fabric and bend the other foot and reach up. It's not so graceful, but something like that, right?
It's pretty graceful.
Graceful, that looks graceful. I can twine and do the other side. Or what I can do is lift the feet up, push into the mat, and come into a handstand. All right, so I'm going to release. Now watch how I come out of this. I bring the soles of the feet together. I lift my chin to the chest. I reach up under the knees, widen the legs, and come up. And I'm just going to sit here because I just got a big blood rush to the head. And Nikki and I will be here to spot you, so you can take your time. So make sure you have that fabric nice and low to the back. So bring your hands right down here. Yeah, bring them. Now straddle the legs nice and wide. That's it, nice and wide. Keep them wide. Bring the soles of the feet together. Now you can let go of one hand. Ah, beautiful. How does that feel? You feel it in the hips? Yeah, that looks great. Beautiful. Now, if you'd like to try one leg, you can wrap this foot around the fabric and just let this foot go and grab hold of that foot. Beautiful. Beautiful. That looks great, Jennifer. Yeah. Nancy, you might want to change legs. So bring that back over, round. Yeah, beautiful. Release. Grab. Beautiful. How's that feel? Looks wonderful.
Do you want to fly, or how are you doing that?
You what?
That's perfectly
How does that feel?
fine.
Feels good?
Perfectly fine.
You like it? Yeah. This is how we live in Australia all the time. We're completely upside down now. Yeah. Now, yeah, that's it. Beautiful. There's your handstand, and now release. Beautiful. Wollongong? Do you know Wollongong? Really? You're from Melbourne. Where's your accent? Really?
That's so sad.
Yeah, you get it. Get it.
Can you believe I went to kindergarten and first grade in Wollongong?
It's an Aussie convention. She did. Now to come out of that, what you do? No. Bring the feet together again.
Are you ready to come up? Okay, so do what you were doing.
Now bring the chin to the chest. Reach up. Grab hold underneath your knees. Now open the legs. Straddle the legs. Beautiful. Excellent. Take a moment to enjoy. Ah. Yeah, wasn't it?
And you know, that's the thing, is you really can only go upside down sometimes before you're like puking, so.
Yeah.
Once or twice is enough, right?
Yeah, and that was a long time. Usually, in the beginning, you might want to do more than 5 breaths upside down. How are you feeling? Okay. All right. So we're going to slip out of the fabric, poop, and we are going to lower the fabric. This is fun. So we're going to move towards the floor now. So to lower the fabric, find that carabiner, unscrew it, unhook it. And let's start by bringing it down to, if you look down your daisy chain, maybe down to the second loop. Let's see what that looks like for now. Unhook this second one, bring it down to that very second loop. Now what we're looking for, now for a height adjustment is you want this above the ankles, below the knees, probably. So lean down, it should be down towards the ankles. If it's too high, I think yours needs to come down a little bit. We want it a little lower, one more loop lower. Maybe just on one side. That looks better to me. Now take your handles, unhook the S hook, and you want Papa Bear to be about the same level as the bottom of the fabric. And then hook it back into your daisy chain. So the bottom of Papa Bear about the level of the fabric. That looks good. That's one question I never asked in my training. All right. Now, stepping your right foot over, open up the fabric nice and wide, and just take a moment to sit. And just waggle yourself from side to side. Yeah, it is. It's really nice. You can even straighten out that foot, bring the toes back, and swing over to the other side. Now we can play here a little bit if you want a little hip opener. What you can do, well, before we do with the hip opener, grab the fabric in front of you and push it away from you. Drop the chin down, coming into your angry cat pose. And then pull the fabric towards you, look up, lift the tailbone, feel your sacred cow. Try that a few times with the breath. Really releasing the spine, which should feel good after that inversion. Now, if you open that fabric nice and wide, push it away, could you bring one foot right into the center of the fabric and look at that foot? Hello, foot. Now comes the fun part. Could you bring the other foot in and bring the soles of the feet together, having plenty of fabric to the sides there? Bhadakanasana. Now you can play with Bhadakanasana. You can lift the hands up above the head to the edges of the fabric above you. And you could lift yourself up and drop your feet down and come into a more seated pose. A little more intense on the feet, but the spine is deeper. Close the eyes, noticing how you feel. Then exhale, release. As you release those feet, press the fabric away and drop your feet over towards me. Coming back into a swing on the seat. Reach up and straighten the body, and then slowly slide the hands down. I'll demonstrate first sliding the hands down to the fabric, bringing the shoulders down onto the ground, arms out to the side. Let the head rest. Ha! How does that feel? What would happen if you extended your legs and let the heels rest on the ground? And what would happen if you lifted the heels and swayed your feet from side to side? Ah. Come to stillness. Reach up with the hands. Grab the edges of the fabric, the leading edge of the fabric. Lift one foot up into the fabric and then the other foot up. Coming into this inversion with feet resting against the fabric. See if you can bring your foot onto the front leading edge of the fabric so you can see your whole foot. And then gently sway the hips from side to side. Reach the arms over the head, feeling that big stretch from the fingertips all the way to the waist through the ribs. Bring the hands back and grab that leading edge of the fabric. And if you wish, grabbing tightly, you can start to bring the feet over the head towards the ground into your plow pose. And then slowly come back. Bring the feet to the earth. Reach up with the hands, grab that fabric. Pull yourself up, lift the hips up, drop the head back into a little wheel pose. Exhale, slowly come down. Reach all the way up, pull yourself up, and let yourself sit up. Maybe you're still in the hammock, or like me, you've come off the hammock. And so from here, I want you to make sure you've got enough fabric underneath you so that the fabric comes under the knees, but there's enough fabric behind you to be able to lie down. Let me demonstrate and then I'll assist you. Make sure you can lie down and have your head inside the fabric. Nikki and I will come and make sure you've got that amount of fabric. Oh, that looks good. And just twirl yourself from side to side. Does that feel good? Yes. How's that feel, Jennifer? You feel supported? Yeah. Good. Now Nikki and I are going to come around and we're going to bring the big loop underneath your feet. So I'll take 1 foot at a time. You just relax. We'll pick the feet up. You just relax and feel that foot held. You feel that? Aha. All right. And you can start to let yourself wriggle like a worm from side to side. Notice how that feels. Maybe you could reach the arms over the head and wriggle a little more. Bringing your hands towards the feet, feet towards the hands. On the outside of the fabric. Ah. Let me help with the wriggling. If you reach your arms over the head, let me grab above the elbows here and start to wiggle you a little more. Notice how that feels.
Oh, good.
That feels good. You hear that, Jennifer? I'll give you a little wiggle in a moment.
Okay.
I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to grab you above the elbows here, and then I'm going to start to wiggle you from side to side. Yeah, big sigh. Let it all out here. Now I'm going to straighten you up, and I'm going to start to invite you. Would you like to just swing from front to back?
Sure.
So I'm just going to pull you on this. Same here. I'm going to invite you to slow down and then swing like a pendulum. You just tell me if that's not comfortable. I'll stop you swinging. You like that? Giving yourself this time to simply be. To be held from above. To feel supported. To let yourself be breathed. To feel who you are. When there's nothing to do. Take a deeper breath in. And as if you've had a long sleep during the night, be very, very slow as one foot reaches over to the other loop and simply releases one foot from the loop. Nice and slowly. And let that foot drag and dangle. As you start to slow yourself down, take the other foot and find that other loop and just help it off. Nice and slowly. Let the feet dangle. Slide the soles of the feet onto the ground as you slowly reach up and pull yourself up. Bring yourself forward for a moment. And let the chin dangle. Slowly start to wiggle to the front of your mat as you cross your legs and then come off to the mat into a seated position. Closing the eyes. Noticing how you feel. Feeling the solidity of the earth underneath the feet. Let the sit bones sink. Feel the new life in your spine with all that length. As if someone's zipping you up along the spine and you feel yourself lengthen. Ribs lift effortlessly. All the way shoulder blades come towards each other, back of the neck lengthens. Feel the crown of the head lift up with all that length. And bring the corners of the mouth 1/16 of an inch closer to the ears. Let the belly relax. As you gently bring the hands together at the chest, let the head bow in gratitude for this amazing life, for each breath we take, and for coming out and having the courage to play with us. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies. Yeah. You guys are awesome. What? Very different. Very different, right? It's the most one of the most unique things we have here at Canyon Ranch.